Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we're going to be talking about all the brand new things that you could do within this update, from sacrifices to fusions to where you obtain all the items and where to get all the characters that for this update pretty much, and we'll work on from there. So, first things first, I think about character obtainment makes the most sense first. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the characters that you can obtain right now from either stages or characters that you can obtain only from summoning or from a very specific way of summoning characters. So I'll explain that right now. So first things first, I'm going to explain the entire 7-star Dragon Ball system, and then after that we're going to explain the other ways to get the other characters in the game. So the 7-star Dragon Ball system I will put on your screen is the chart that they actually gave us, which is telling us exactly where you get all the balls in different stages. And three of them actually are going to be from the story, and 3 of them are going to be from the raids, and the last Dragon Ball is actually going to be from the Legend stage. So first one is going to be talking about the first stages for here. So for instance, the first stage for here is actually going to be Hard Mode Act 6. Then we're going to be going to Fairy Town Hard Mode Act 6. And then we're going to be going to Capsule Corp Hard Mode Act 6. I have not done that part yet because I've just been busy trying to do the raids part, because the raids part is just a lot harder to do, honestly. Because this one, as you can see, you have the 4-star Dragon Ball here. Don't get it mixed up with the Evo Dragon Ball. It's completely different. But the 4-star Dragon Ball here, then we have the Red Palace where you get the 5-star Dragon Ball, and then you have the Lookout where you get the final 6-star Dragon Ball. Now, after you get those Dragon Balls, the only way that you can obtain the other stuff, the last Dragon Ball, which is the 7th Dragon Ball, is actually by going all the way to the Legend stage and getting the Hell Mode 7-star Dragon Ball by completing the event. So, let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the stuff. So, next we're going to talk about pretty much what those 7 Dragon Balls do. As you can see, you come over here to Goku. Do you have 7 crystal balls? You say yes. And once you do that, he pretty much allows you to summon Broly. This is the only character that is required to use the summoning of the Dragon Balls for, and this is Z Broly, and that's the only way you get him. So yeah, very, very hard to do. If you are like someone who doesn't like grinding, that's going to be very, very hard. But don't worry, because there's other characters that are actually easier to get. Now let's talk about them. First things first, the only character I know of that you could actually get from this is actually the raid Majin Buu. You can get the brand new Super Buu. He is from the raid, the Lookout raid. Not hard to get at all. You could also get some of the really cool items from in here. I don't know. It's just like, this is just kind of nice to look at in the raid shop. Very, very solid. I got the bingo dance, obviously. Yeah, that's how you get Majin Buu. And then the rest of the characters you're only going to be able to get from summoning. But I will give you guys a tip. Do not summon on the special banner with the rates up, because there's a high chance you'll still get trash. Just wait till they show up on the normal banner and then just blow your gems on there, because at least you have one chance at getting the unit that you actually want confirmed. Same thing with Legendary Cell, because Cell can actually pop up randomly on the special banner, yes, but you have a higher chance of just getting him if you just wait for him. Hit that quick 50 pity, get yourself an imperfect Cell, and start working on your way to our next subject, which is sacrifices. Sacrifices are actually 2 different ways you could sacrifice, 2 different characters you could sacrifice, one being Cell, one being Majin Buu. These are 2 entirely different sacrificial units with 2 entirely different sacrificial paths. I'll explain that right now. So with Cell, you pretty much go down the main path. You go Cell, second form Cell, perfect Cell. The way you do that is completely different than you actually do with Super Buu, which is 2 separate paths that he could go down. Now, for this to be the case, obviously you need to have the other character have max worthiness. This character could be entirely dry. You don't want to put anything on these characters at all. You do not want to put levels. You do not want to put any type of traits on them. You don't want to even mess with their freaking stats or anything, because it's all going to change whenever you sacrifice to the next character. So do not do anything that I've done here. Do not do any of that. You don't want to waste. Now, in order for you to actually get imperfect Cell to that next level, you need to have a legendary character with worthiness. Now, to get a legendary character with worthiness, the best way to do it is actually by taking that legendary character and spamming easy infinite mode, so you can just farm a crap ton of like kills and get lots and lots of worthiness incredibly fast. Because as you can see, I don't have a character that has a legendary worthiness. And the other thing is, once you actually get him to that second stage cell, he becomes a mythical unit. Once he becomes a mythical unit, then you actually have to have a mythical unit with 100% worthiness, like this. And once you actually have that mythical unit with 100% worthiness, you are going to be able to use him as food in order to get your second cell to his perfect form, the perfect cell. Now, for Majin Buu, it is completely different. Now, for Super Buu, you could actually take two different paths, one of them being Gotenks, the other one being Buuhan. So, either Bootanks or Buuhan, you could go with those two different routes. All you need is to actually have your hands on one Gotenks, which I'll teach you how to do, and then the other one, Adult Gohan, but Adult Gohan is actually only available in the shop, in the summons, so you do want to make sure you get that whenever you can. I think that Buuhan is obviously the stronger fusion, but that's just a personal preference. I don't know how they changed it here. Next, we're going to talk about pretty much like the fusions, since obviously we are talking about Gotenks. So Gotenks here, you actually, it doesn't matter if Gotenks or the juice box, which is Little Trunks, are in 1 or 2 slots. They're both legendary units. You take them and you put them in here and you get yourself Gotenks. But to do that, you actually need to get your hands on a very specific item, which you probably already saw at the beginning of this video when we were talking about the Dragon Balls. But as you can see over here, we do have Gotenks' jacket, which you are going to need for this. You're also going to need the Divine Earring and the Gogeta jacket in order to get the 2 other fusion pieces for your 2 other characters. So if we go over here, now the difference is, I'm going to go ahead and put this chart for you guys. In order for you to get Gogeta, Goku's got to be at the top. He's got to be the base fusion. You do not want to add any levels. You don't want to mess with their stats. The only thing you want on these characters for fusion is traits. You want traits for these characters. The traits will not change, and they will stack up and create double trait unit. Now, you want 2 really good traits, and then call it a day. Do not do anything else. Don't try to go for that double Monarch. It's just, if you can't afford it, it's just way too expensive. Try to get like Arcane and Monarch. That's very broken. But besides that, yeah. So Goku's got to be at the top, Vegito at the bottom. I'll probably put that on your screen so you guys can take a look at that and just kind of like work with that so you have an idea of what's up. So that pretty much does it with most of the characters in this update. The rest of the characters that have like any type of extra stuff, whether that be evolutions and stuff, will probably be covered in a future video. But right now, I just wanted to make sure that you guys have a better understanding of how to get your characters and kind of take them to that next level. Last one, as you can see here, is also Kid Buu, which is another one that you can work on as well. This one's super expensive, though. I mean, not expensive. My bad. The other way around. Super cheap. And this is like not really one of the craziest characters you can kind of go for. Obviously, Bootanks is probably crazier. And then Buuhan, obviously, is probably going to be even better. But you could go for Kid Buu. Totally up to you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. If you guys got any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. And, I'll hit you back up with an answer. Take it easy and peace.